Hello everybody, over Easy Evan here. We're back again with Against the Storm. We're diving in right where we left off, and we are hopefully nearing the end of our veteran settlement. Not our first veteran settlement, but hopefully our first veteran settlement win. We're coming up on Storm Year 8 here, so hopefully Year 9 we can wrap things up. We'll see though. I think the plan for this episode is to get through the storm here, and then focus on just getting resolve up, and then probably popping this glade to see if there's a reputation event, because we have so many tools right now. You can see here we've got about 47 tools. Is sort of ridiculous. We should probably be in fact, we might actually trade some of these right now. 47 is just too many. Like, we do not need 47. So we're gonna go ahead and get a little amber. Why not? We have newcomers. We were going to wait on that for the storm. We are at level 2, but remember, we have housing to offset that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and press play. Let's set it up to 1.5. And in the meantime, we are building our mine back over there. We have our temple that we were building in the last episode. And we're also cooking up some porridge. It looks like we do have porridge, and that's why the humans were actually at the resolve bonus, which is good. Still absolutely cruising in the jerky department. No skewers, though. Take a look at that. That's jerky. Oops. Skewers is probably in the cookhouse here. It is. So we could. The thing is, we could turn jerky into skewers. 3 jerky is 10 skewers, which is really good. But only the lizards want skewers, so I would be okay with that. But we have so much meat that we just really don't need to. We're being careful with roots because I believe we're using that elsewhere. I can't remember actually where. I think maybe biscuits we were using that for. Oh, we weren't. Maybe we turned that on for biscuits just because everybody loves biscuits. Gonna go ahead and try to wrap up the storm here. We can put some people in the mine. We have plenty available. Keep our coal production up. We'll put everyone in that we can for now. Still gathering some broccoli, which is good. So looking at our orders, I'm not sure we're going to be able to do any of them that are remaining. So we're gonna have to hope to rely on resolve bonuses and popping this glade, I think, is the next thing we're going to do here. We are now into year 8. So let's go ahead and chop into that glade, see what we can do. We do have a cornerstone pick. So our options here are grain per minute, stone production, or every time you open or send an abandoned cache, hostility is lowered. I think hostility to me isn't really too big of a deal because we're very easily offsetting our negative modifiers. It does give us negatives here, so I'd rather keep it low if we can. However, I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. So I think the grain per minute to keep getting biscuits in would be the best. Do we have a way to make flour currently, though? That's my only question. We have the rain mill. Oops. Rotating things. We do. We do. Okay, so we probably should be having somebody make flour there with our grain. I don't think we're using grain for anything else, so. And then we also have our temple here where we can be doing religion and education. It looks like if we could get a lizard in there, that would be good. Maybe, well, they actually have bonuses. Okay, we could do this. You do that. And then this. But do we need builders is the question. I don't think we do. So let's go ahead and take our grain per minute. Or I'm sorry, yeah, it was grain per minute. Let's go ahead and take that so we can be cooking flour more often and cooking biscuits more often. Our distillery. We could use grain, or I'm sorry, reed to make wine. Which I'm okay with. I actually... Well, the thing is, though, do we have the ability to use wine? And I don't think we do. We could sell it, but I don't think we can really use it yet. And we did just build our temple, so now we can, if we want, we could start building incense and scrolls. Looking at our lumber mill. We have wood for it, but this isn't the best recipe, honestly. I'll turn on scrolls. Why not? And then incense, where do we make incense? At the smokehouse. So that would be down here. We do have that turned on as well. That's where we were using roots and sea marrow. So if we can make a little bit of that even, I think that puts us in a good spot. So we'll go ahead and start that. And then the passive effects here, I haven't looked too much into this. It's basically just gonna, for every 200 seconds spent sacrificing goods in the hearth, hostility is reduced by 25. So we could sacrifice goods to reduce hostility. That's something we could have been doing the whole time, but it's gonna give us a bonus, it looks like. Do we have the ability to get this to level 2 yet? I don't know that we do. We could be sacrificing some oil or something. Oh, that's for global production speed. Okay. Coal will reduce hostility by 80. And how much coal do we have? I'm probably looking a little bit too deep into this. Like, we could probably just win with our resolve here. But I'm rather be safe than sorry here. We do have a lot of coal, so if we want to do that, we can. I don't think we need to right now. I'm still going to hold off on the newcomers. I mean, bringing in 18 coal, sure. I just don't think we need it, to be honest. Lizards. Lizards. Why are you not at full resolve? I'm not exactly sure. When it says other summary combined effects, I'm not exactly sure where that comes from. We are climbing at 0.49 per minute, though, which is great. We're going to speed things up a little bit more. I'd like to get into this glade. It is going to put us into hostility 3, so maybe we turn off a woodcutter. We got everybody up here now. Everybody in the resolve bonus. So we're gaining 0.86 per minute, which is kind of crazy. We did open our glade. Let's take a peek in here. We got some farmland, which probably will not be anything we're going to look into. And then we do have an ability to send to the Citadel. I think I'm going to just instantly grab this. I mean, this is actually a great reward, but 1 Queen's Grace will get us very close to the win, especially with this resolve bonus. This may get us the win. So let's go ahead and assign some workers. We could probably take somebody off of Rain Collector, actually probably both of them. So we'll do that. Hit investigate immediately. And then looking at our cash. Oh, that's what we just did. My mistake. We can arrest using even more tools. And let's get some people on that. This will just get us the win. So this is kind of, I think, as I'm playing, I think this is a good way to go about things. Let me go ahead and clear somebody out of the mine as well. I think if you save some of these events and the Queen's Grace for the end, it makes sense because it keeps your Queen's Impatience high, which we have bonuses for and things like that. But Queen's Impatience is good for keeping hostility down. And why don't we also just unassign another woodcutter just to be safe? We have resolve pumping out the wazoo right now. So I think at 12.92, it's really just a matter of, there we go again. We did lose our resolve bonus because of that. We're now underneath 6, so we did lose a point there, but it's fine. We're doing great. Having porridge, religion, biscuits, and housing is just, it's so good. The religion is a +8 bonus as well, too, which is really nice. I think we could probably get away with also sacrificing some coal. Not that we need to do it. We just have so many, and there we go. That was a great end. I feel like we really turned this settlement around. Like, at the beginning, and maybe it's the way it goes as you up the difficulty. Maybe it's the biome we picked, but the beginning looked a little bit rough. Like, we did not have good supply lines of fuel. We didn't have good food supply line, but we turned things around and ended with humans in 40, lizards in 35, and harpies in 28, which is really nice. And if you look at the bars at the bottom too there, Queen's Impatience was not even close. So I think I like the idea of saving those glades. If you know you're getting to the end and you have some orders you can't complete, which is, I'm gonna hit continue, just so we can look. We had 3 orders we didn't complete, and in the past we had completed every order and still not one. So that's kind of the power of resolve. You can sort of see there. We're obviously not gaining any more, but we were gaining like over a half a resolve per minute, which is sort of nuts. And again, that's sort of the power of complex foods, gaining +9, +9, and +9 across the board. I think getting those biscuits on land at the end really helped. And then of course the religion, +8 points, +8 points. We were able to keep hostility pretty low too throughout. But yeah, this is our town. Let's take a quick look through. I think we did a pretty good job of keeping the first town center there, but then also keeping things from not going too far away. We built our second hearth there. Outstretched a little bit here, but that was just to kind of get into this glade. And this is our final glade we really didn't get into. In fact, we actually didn't even finish this. Did we finish this one? We actually didn't finish either of these. We were just pumping out so much resolve that we didn't even need them. That's pretty crazy. That's just a testament to how well the settlement got set up in the end. Because yeah, we were missing out on, we're not missing out, but this is a 1.75 reputation, which is a big chunk. All right, so we're gonna end this settlement. We'll move on. But that was a really good one. I was considering, maybe after the first episode of this one, I was considering dropping down back to Pioneer, because this was a little rough, but we have now completed the Yoke colony. The Blightstorm is coming. If you're not in the range of an ancient seal, you can embark one last time to try and reforge it. If not, press the compass button and wait out the storm in the smoldering city. So it looks like what's going to happen is the Blightstorm is going to come through and probably wipe these out. I don't exactly know for sure. So I think we needed to get to this seal in time. Minimum difficulty is settler. It may actually make sense to go on Pioneer, but I think I'm learning quite a bit about the game and increasing just my knowledge of it. And I think playing on Veteran will probably be more fun. And I'm good to probably keep doing that. So we're going to have to go ahead and end the cycle, unfortunately. We had 3 successful towns, 1 failed town. We gained 12 food stockpiles, 6 machinery, and 4 artifacts. Wow, there are a lot of seals. So this game is going to last for a while, it looks like. If that was bronze and we have all these. We unlocked quite a bit of content here. We're going to look into that in the Smoldering City for sure. So let's go ahead and end the cycle. This is my first time actually doing this before, so I'm not sure what to expect. All right. Yep, so it looks like my first thought was true. It does wipe out everything. Wipes out our settlements. The Blightstorm came through. And so what we're going to need to do is beeline, I think, this time towards one of these. I'm looking at this one to start. Roll through and probably do a Royal Woodlands first. Go back to that. And take a look at this point of interest probably. And then jump down here. I think we will stick with Veteran, just, to make it a little bit more fun, a little bit of a challenge. I'm okay with that. I would also be okay with playing on Pioneer and just trying to get the bronze seal unlocked. But I think after that last game, I feel comfortable doing Veteran. Definitely learning a lot about the game. So let's jump into the Smoldering City. Let's see what we got here. We got 8 deeds. Let's unlock standard uniform. So this is probably, it's a decoration. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. We get some XP. And what else do we got here? Some more decorations. And then a pipe ending. Essential buildings for comfort. Even the most rudimentary encampment needs distractions. Decorations are used to level up hearth. So it is a decoration for the hearth. Comfort one. That we unlocked. We got some more XP. And last but not least, an aesthetic decoration for the hearth. Cool. Now let's jump into our upgrades. I actually neglected this after we lost our last one. So we have a lot to upgrade, and I want to look more into these. I know this might not be the most fun, the most exciting thing to watch. So if you're not interested in this section of the video, feel free to skip around. And this actually might be the rest of the video, to be completely honest. But I am putting timestamps in when we're not just in gameplay. So if you're not interested in this, you can easily just skip around. But I do want to look into these more. I kind of was blindly picking the stuff below, but I want to see what we're working with here. So that's embarkation bonuses for meat and vegetables. It's not bad. This unlocks the human house and gives a +1 permanent charge to gathering. That's not bad. And having a human house available is not bad either. This is an additional blueprint choice, which is really nice, and a permanent -2% impatience, Queen's Impatience. Another embarkation bonus and production speed increase or trade routes. So this is what I do want to unlock. I've been watching a few videos on this game, and this is just another, I guess, aspect of the game that we haven't unlocked yet. It's a fundamental upgrade. It says right there. That's something we're for sure unlocking, and we'll see that in the next video or next settlement. What else do we have here? We are going to have to either unlock planks or something else down here. Just trying to take a look. We can get beaver houses. Last stand. You gain 30 seconds of time after reaching max. Neighborhood. You can. Okay, so this gives us the ability to upgrade our hearth. I do like that. So we'll unlock this. We will unlock that as well. We'll unlock the human house. We'll unlock the additional blueprint choice. We are kind of just working our way up anyway, but I wanted to make sure we got the things I really wanted. I'm looking here, mine upgrades. That's pretty cool. Rain punk engines. I've heard a lot about that, but I don't know much about it. So we'll learn about that when we get there. And then lizard house. There's quite a bit to unlock. You can see up here. Quite a bit to unlock. So we've got a ways to go still in our meta upgrade type of things. So we've got our deeds, we got our upgrades. I think we're good there. And nothing really to do there. So I think we are good there. And I don't want to cut this episode too short. So I think what we'll do is start our new cycle here. We'll pick where we want to go. We'll pick our embarkation bonus, and then we'll get started, but we won't actually start the settlement. We'll kind of just get everything set up so we're ready to go in the next episode. So I did mention I want to stick to the woodlands if we can. I'd be okay with doing a marshlands, but I want to kind of beeline, so I think here makes sense. Looks like it's going to be oh, okay, so lizards, harpies, and beavers here. No humans this time. Our choices are starting with just 7 lizards, or 3 harpies, 4 beavers, and our base goods, and then 2 more villagers, water skins, and eggs, or roots, parts, and plant fiber. I sort of like, I feel like when possible, I like to have a diverse group to start. So I think I'm going to pick that. And maybe grab some roots. I like to start with food. I like to start with wood. Then we have 2 more points. So maybe stone or clay would make sense. Could grab 3 more villagers, but I'd rather just start with some good resources, I think. I'm going to take the stone. I think that makes sense. Gives us eggs and roots to start with food, which is good. The water skins may not be that useful. We could always sell them too if we don't need them. And we're already taking 2 villagers, so we don't really need 3 more. We'll have 9 people to start. We'll name our settlement. Oops. Eggtopia sounds good. We're going to be on veteran again. Let's click embark and let's take a look at our bonuses and our negative modifiers. All right. Because we were on veteran, we just get the 1 positive effect. And the 5 storm effects. Looks like we have quite a few early ones. So that'll be interesting. Clear skies increases the speed at which traders arrive by 300%. That's pretty crazy. That's going to be a lot of traders coming in drizzle. We have our trees give more wood effect as well, which is solid. I don't think we'll have much of a wood problem here in the woodlands. We did definitely in the last biome we were at. I think it was the Scarlet Orchard. Let's take a look at our mysteries, our negative ones. That's the usual looming darkness storm, -4 resolve. We have under an open sky. We we can prevent it with housing, which is usually easy. I don't really have much of a problem with that most of the time. And it's just a -5 penalty resolve if we don't do that. Should be easy to take care of, but we're gonna have to deal with this pretty much all the time, so we'll have to keep an eye on housing. And Quaking Bog, this one we cannot prevent. It's going to be at level 2, which we will almost definitely see. And it's going to decrease gathering speed by 50%. That's not really the end of the world. Like it's obviously not great, but it's not the end of the world. We can live with that. We have another one we cannot prevent here. The heart's resistance is decreased by 200. Okay, I'm not too familiar with what that means. We might have to learn about that one. We haven't dealt too much with the hearth's resistance, so we'll have to look into that. And then our level 4 one, which we also cannot prevent, is that every villager that dies during the storm instantly turns into a blood flower. That's sort of the blight rot stuff that we haven't really dealt too much with yet. And we haven't really dealt with villagers dying either. That's not true. We actually have, but hopefully we don't have to deal with that in this one here. Yeah, that's not true at all. We've definitely dealt with that. But with that being said, I think, I would say these are a little bit, not necessarily harder, but we're gonna have to deal with them more in this run compared to the last settlement where we just had housing and then the other ones were too high of levels. So I think this puts us in a good spot. The one thing I want to look at while we remain paused here, let's click on the trade routes. So we'll get into this a little bit more, but basically we have the ability to set up trade routes and connect to either the smoldering city or settlements we've previously built, and we can trade goods for payment in Amber. You kind of have to determine whether it's worth it or not, and that's something we can get into a little bit more when we look at it in the actual game, but something to think about for sure. I think what I'm going to do is probably just cut this episode a little bit short. I don't really want to start a settlement and dive in and only play for like 5 or 10 minutes. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just save the setup of this one. So like choosing our buildings and things like that, and starting out this settlement here, Eggtopia, next time. Guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, I will see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed, and that's all for now. Goodbye.